Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I just wanted to do a quick sit down and get to know me. This is the first time I've ever ventured to make a YouTube channel to record myself talking about anything on a more personal level, and so I figured a great way to kind of bring you guys into my world would just be to answer maybe 10 or 15 questions about myself, my upbringing, things that I like, things that I don't like, things that scare me, whatever it is. And I'm sure I won't get to everything in this video, so if you have more questions, please DM me on Instagram or comment below any ideas or thoughts that you have, or even future YouTube video ideas for me. So I wrote a couple of things down on my phone, so let me pull it up really quick. So basically, the reason why I decided to start this YouTube channel is because probably about 5 years ago I started thinking about it, because there are two YouTubers that I really love, Milena Ciciotti and Sarah's Day. About 5 years ago, I wasn't really even watching YouTube that much, just a few videos here and there. I like to watch celebrity stuff, but one day I was on my For You page and a video came up called The Untold Truth of Saving Yourself for Marriage, and it was from Milena Ciciotti. And since then, I have been watching every single video that she does, following everything she does, buying all the stuff from her Amazon storefront. And she's just been such a big inspiration to me because she really lives out her faith in a very bold and public way, but also isn't afraid to show people the things that she loves as far as fashion or home decor and things like that. Like, you don't have to just talk about one thing all the time. You can have a wide variety of subjects that you're interested in. So it really inspired me, and I've mentioned starting a YouTube channel many times since then, to friends, to my husband, to my family, to different people, and would always use the excuse, oh, I don't know how to edit videos, or oh, I don't have the time, or like I would just come up with any excuse I could possibly think of. And all those things were true. Like, I didn't know how to edit videos. I just downloaded Adobe Premiere 2 weeks ago. But I used Adobe, like the suite, when I was in college because my minor is graphic design, and so I feel like God led me to that, and he led me to get experience in Adobe, so it made it a little bit easier for me to know how to use it now. And anyway, I just feel like the Lord has been tying everything together throughout my life to lead me to this moment, to finally push me to start a YouTube channel. And there's much more I could say about that, but that being said, thank you for being here, thank you for subscribing, thank you for supporting my dream that I have, and I hope that I will just be able to share tips and tricks and a small window into my life with you, and that it will uplift you, whether it's with a DIY that you don't know how to do and I don't know how either and I'm trying it, or if it's just me sitting down and doing a Bible study with you and, you know, you haven't read your Bible in like a month, because like I've been there. With all of that being said, a long intro, I just wanted to answer a few quick questions about me. So, how old am I? I am 23. My birthday is in May, so this year I will be turning 24, which is just like mind-blowing and not okay, because sometimes I feel like I'm still in high school. Okay, next thing, what is your favorite music genre? I don't really have one. I like a wide variety of music. I am a big fan of Taylor Swift. She's my favorite artist. I also like Lainey, John Mayer, the 1975. Worship music is a whole other thing. I have so many artists that I love. Amanda Cook, Stephanie Grutzinger. Kim Walker is like my main inspiration for worship ministry and just being a woman in that industry. And I'm trying to think about who else, like Maverick City, Elevation, Hillsong, Brian and Katie Torwalt are also another big inspiration of mine. Okay, so next question, what is your favorite movie? My favorite movie is The Notebook, you guys, and I know that's really predictable, but I watched it in high school with my friend. I was sleeping over at her house and I wasn't allowed to watch it, but I did anyways. And I probably shouldn't have because I was only 14, whatever. But I just love it. It's such a beautiful love story of the two people coming together and just like after all that time apart still being tied together and not being able to like escape it. I'm sorry, like how could you not love that? It's beautiful. So that is my favorite movie. And also the cinematography, the wardrobe is just beautiful. and it just is a dream to watch that movie, and I've watched it about 30 times. And I also wrote a paper on it when I was a freshman in college, so that's slightly embarrassing. Where are you from? I am from Raleigh, North Carolina. I was born in Raleigh, and then I grew up in Apex. I love that town. It is so cute. The downtown is just precious. They have this little ice cream shop and a bakery and this Mexican restaurant that I grew up going to with my family. I love that place. And it's just very picturesque. Kind of reminds you of Gilmore Girls. Not as cute, but it's very, very sweet. And then my parents moved a few years ago to a small town close by to that. Raleigh holds a very special place in my heart. Grew up going to NC State games with my dad and my brother, and it's just home. Okay, let me see other questions. Actually, you know what? The questions I have are not even that great, so I'm just gonna say a few more things about me and then wrap this up because I'm sure you're getting bored. But I was homeschooled, so I don't know if all of you know that, but it's a fun fact. I definitely resisted that when I was in middle school. I would get upset at my mom and beg her to put me in public school when I went to high school because I thought like that's how I was going to get friends, that's how I was going to be cool, that's how I was going to like experience life. But I ended up staying homeschooled all the way through high school, and I really, really loved it. I loved my teachers. They are some of the best people in the world who really sacrificed their time to further our education. I met some of my best friends in high school. I just really feel like I developed who I was as a person, not only, you know, creatively and educationally, but also in my relationship with the Lord too. It was a really, really crucial time for me. I went through some really rough things and just feel like God used that season, and I'm so glad I wasn't in public school because I probably wouldn't have been able to deal with all of the pressure that would have been put on me just from like worldly influences. So anyways, then I went to Liberty University. I did community college for like a year in between that, and that is the way to go because it saves money. And then I went to Liberty, and yeah, I'm gonna make a video about that, just like my experience being a Liberty student and like the positives and negatives of that. But honestly, it was like, I don't know why I feel so emotional in this video. I feel like I'm about to cry every 5 seconds, but it was honestly such a beautiful time in my life, and like I'm just really thankful. What the crap? Stupid. I'm really thankful that the Lord led me there because I would not be the person that I am if I hadn't met the friends that I had there, if I hadn't had the teachers that I had there, if I hadn't had my faith challenged in the way that it was, and just had the Lord use that to grow me as a person. I would not be who I am for sure. So I'm really, really thankful for that. What else? I have one brother. He goes to NC State right now, so he's living my dream because I always wanted to go there when I was younger. Let's see. When I graduated Liberty, I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. I had only visited here one time to visit my best friend Emmeline, and did not know that the Lord was going to call me to move here, but he did. He was like, hey, that's the city I want you to be in. So I was like, okay, whatever you say. I came here, and God has really used this city to bring me depth to my relationship with him, and peace and freedom and healing in a way that I didn't think was possible before. I had like my life mapped out perfectly, but God always has the perfect plan in mind for us. And yeah, I've met some of my best friends here. There is so much to do in Charlotte. There's coffee shops everywhere, amazing thrift stores. The downside is I am 3 hours away from my family, and it's not that bad like compared to some people who live states and states away from their family. I'm losing my voice, y'all. But, you know, it's not like a day trip that I can make and see them, and I definitely miss them a lot, and like all my extended family and my grandparents and everybody lives in the Raleigh area, so I really, really miss them. But the Lord has provided family here for me for sure in the avenue of friendships. Even some of my college best friends live here now, and it's been a huge blessing to me. So yeah, when Austin is my husband, we got married this past September in the Raleigh area, and then we went to Jamaica for our honeymoon, which was amazing. I wish I would have vlogged it, but I did not. But I did take a lot of pictures, so maybe I'll show you guys sometime. But anyway, so when we got married, we stayed in Charlotte. We got an apartment here, and he has been working at Target. I worked at Target for a little bit, and now I work at Elevation. So basically they have what's called Academy, and it is a childcare program for those who are on staff at Elevation, and so I'm an assistant teacher there in one of their classrooms. So it has been a huge blessing to me. I'm able to be off on the weekends now versus Target, which was crazy. And I can do a video too about like being a Target employee and maybe like crazy stories, or maybe like have some of my friends on who are also Target employees and have them like dish out their crazy stories or funny experiences. But it's a huge answer to prayer to be able to be working there. I cannot even begin to go into all of that right now. That will also have to be a separate video. As you can see, I'm very talkative. So, oh my god, I didn't even say, I love to thrift. A lot of my furniture in my home is thrifted. Most of my wardrobe is thrifted. So that will be a large portion of content that I will be sharing, just talking about my favorite thrifted pieces or favorite places to go in Charlotte to thrift, or how I style my thrifted pieces, or how I style my furniture. I also did a lot of DIYs for my wedding, so I am excited to like share that with you guys too, because it was a labor of love for sure. Like the candlesticks in the back and those vases and stuff, I thrifted all of them and painted the vases with some of my friends' help. So anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up, but basically I'm a creative person and I want to share those ideas with you, but I also love Jesus a lot and I want to share him with you, because at the end of the day, if I am not sharing him with the world, like all the other words that I say will be pointless. And I'm just very thankful for my relationship with the Lord. Why am I so emotional, guys? I would not be where I am without Jesus and his grace and his providence in my life. So anyways, I'm gonna go because I can't stop crying. But I hope that this gave you just a small window into who I am as a person, the things that I am passionate about. I definitely didn't even like scratch the surface really, but I hope that this helps. And I'm just very thankful for your support and your love, and I hope that you will like this video and comment ideas below and subscribe and join me as I try to figure out this YouTuber thing. So thank you. I love you. I will see you in my next video. Bye.